What's up, everybody? We're back with more Silverpine Forest while leveling with Kephas, the warrior, Pandaren, awesomeness. Well, so a little bit happened between this episode and last episode off camera. I ended up in, well, you can hear the new music. If you don't know what music this is, you're crazy. But I ended up in a sepulcher, and we got a couple new quests, and I did some ore mining, and I ran into a rare, so I ended up getting like almost like a full level just from that. So we're level 17 now, and we're halfway through it, so got a lot of XP on accident off camera, so that happened, and it's all good though. You know what? Hey, we'll take it. Those rares, especially early on, like give some sick XP. So I mean, like if you run into a rare at this point in the game, it's exciting because you're about to like just like 2 rares will probably level you up. It's insane. So that was cool, and we're killing what looks like more Worgen, and we're I don't know what we're doing. We're throwing smoke on these dudes, and they're like, thanks. That's happening. I don't read quest text, so you know, who cares? So we're killing the Worgen. We're having fun. We're doing more Silverpine, and I think we might be able to finish Silverpine this episode. We'll see. You know what? How about we do a dungeon just for fun times? Let's queue up for a random classic dungeon. We'll see if we get in or not. I hit the button. Wait, oh, I have to pick my role. We're DPS. Role is picked. Let's do this. Let's see what happens. How long is the queue timer for that? 4 minutes. We'll probably get in before this whole experience is done. Oh, I gotta select you. Sorry. Alright. And we'll just keep questing in the meantime. My strategy whenever I level, when it comes to dungeons, is to do a dungeon at least once for the quests, and then I usually I'll usually avoid them after that. Like if I get queued for the same dungeon, I'm the guy that will probably leave unless I'm really in the mood to do it. So it just depends on the group and all that, because a lot of times dungeons aren't worth it the second time, unfortunately. The XP from the quests is outstanding, but after that it's just kind of meh, you know, so that's kind of the deal with that. I don't see anybody out here today, so maybe it's hump day. It's been a little, oh, look at that dungeon already. If only the healer will queue. Oh, this one? Do we want to do this one? Do we really want to do this one? I don't know if I want to do this or not. We'll do it. Okay, fine. This is like one of my least favorite dungeons ever because people get lost. So we'll see how it goes. Wailing frickin' caverns. I was hoping for dead mines or something, but hey, it's cool. One guy already left. So, well, I guess we're going, so that's cool. Dungeons, like, back in the day used to scare me because, like, I didn't know what I was doing so much. I guess I'll try to go for it. We'll see what happens. If they'll keep me alive, I'll tank as DPS. I don't really know where I'm going though, is the problem. So, you know what? This is live, folks. This is real life. This is not, you know, when you're you know, doing dungeons, you're depending on people to know what they're doing, and since this is Warcraft, well, you know, we can't really do that too much, can we? So as long as the healer keeps me alive, we're gonna be just fine. But anyways, like, I never did dungeons back in the day, like when I first started playing especially. I think that's probably the story a lot of people are gonna have. Like, you know, at first they were kind of scared, and as they played the game more, they got into it. I definitely didn't raid early on, but eventually, like when I joined AIE and I met all those cool people, they really helped me get comfortable with running dungeons, and that was before the LFG system was in the game. So having them there was extremely helpful, and I've gotten a lot more comfortable with running dungeons now. Especially a lot of times though with like newer dungeons, I'll run them with friends just because, like, it's you know, I'm one of those guys that it's not that I don't pay attention, it's that I don't notice things a lot. So like LFR, new encounters, I feel really bad because I seem like that guy that's just like being super lazy, and it's not that. I mean, yeah, there are times when I'm lazy. I think we all have times when we're lazy, but like it's just that sometimes I don't notice things, and I feel really bad because like I can watch encounter videos and I can do the best I can, but I mean, if I don't see something, like you can't really know an encounter until you actually do it. And since everybody in Warcraft forgets when it was their first time and just gets mad, like once they get it, you know, like they expect that everybody else has gotten it, and so like when it's them that's, you know, getting, you know, that's screwing up, they want everybody like be understanding. But then when it's like their turn, you know, like when it's someone else being screwed up, they're like not understanding at all, is what I'm trying to say. So it's like people are funny. They have really short memories, you know, when it comes to just that kind of stuff. It's just really funny just how people forget that we've all been a noob at least once. You know, we were all noobs at one point, and people forget that really quickly. Like, so, you know, that's, I'm gonna just try to disenchant everything here. So, but yeah, you know, so I just kind of, I don't pay attention to people. I just kind of do the best I can, and I'll either eventually figure it out, or I'll run dungeons, new content with friends for a while until I get the hang of it, and then I'll start doing random dungeons. And if I can avoid doing random dungeons altogether and run it with friends forever, then I'll do that, because that's a much better experience in my book. So, but like I remember when I really got into doing dungeons was in Wrath, which is probably a great time to get into dungeons because they were a lot easier. So that made it a little bit more accessible for new players, you know, because like, you know, old school dungeons like this piece of crap here, and see, here we go already. We've already got people doing stupid stuff. Like, I guess we're just gonna jump down. This is where we're supposed to go, but whatever. But like old dungeons were crazy. BC dungeons were insane. A lot of people like BC was the best, and it's like, I mean, I guess in a way BC was awesome, but in a way BC kind of sucked. There was so much you had to do just to get into a dungeon. It was a little bit crazy, and there was a lot of CC back then. It took forever, you know, and in some ways that's cool, the challenge, but in other ways I don't want to spend 2 hours in a dungeon every single time I'm doing a dungeon. So I think Wrath was a little bit better about it, even though they were kind of too easy, and then it just kind of became not so much challenging as it was tedious, just because, you know, one way or another you're going to repeat this content like over and freaking over again, you know. So, you know, there's strengths and weaknesses to both ways. I kind of like a happy medium. I think that Mist kind of did a good job with dungeons, kind of, except that like some of them were just completely undesirable, and I guess that's part of the problem. Like, no one likes to do Shadowpan Monastery, like nobody. It's the worst dungeon in the expansion, even though you can skip like a good chunk of it if people know what they're doing. But most of the time, a lot of the time, people will pull stuff anyways, and they won't like hit the things and come on, let's go, move. There's no reason we should be standing here. But, you know, okay, now you're going. Sorry, I was probably the one standing there. But like, that's the thing, is like, it's hard because like, we say we want harder content, but then when we get it, we complain because it's taking too long. So, you know, I think that sometimes when it comes to Blizzard designing those, it's like a lose-lose for them, really. You know, because I'm the same way. I think we're all that way. We want a challenge and we want fun, but when we start getting into that phase of like we're just trying to get our points and get our gear as quickly as possible, like we don't want to take forever anymore. We don't even have the time to do so. So, you know, see, this is why I hate dungeons. But it's okay, you know, we're actually getting through it pretty quickly. What I like about people in these dungeons, like I don't even bother with these, like I gotta pick these flowers. And if I get them, I get them. If I don't, I don't. I'd like to try to because it's good XP. But like, what cracks me up about this dungeon is like people act like they're not going to get their plants for the quest. So they're like in the middle of a fight, like run over and grab them and like fall over each other like trying to get them, like it's Black Friday sale or something. And it's like there's enough for everybody. You're going to get them eventually. So just I hate quests like that in dungeons. They make people stupid, you know. So. But yeah, I got, you know, I'll finish my story eventually. I got into dungeons in Wrath, and that's when I really broke myself into raiding in dungeons and stuff like that. And you know, the guys in AIE that were really cool, you know, that were really patient and you know, not jerks. I mean, AIE is not, there are no jerks in AIE. And if it wasn't for them, I probably would have never got into dungeons, I don't think. So, and you know, now it's not really too big a deal. I hated LFR at first. I mean, I was too intimidated, and I had a lot of bad experiences in Kata was a bad expansion for LFR, like for dungeons, because of just like the Kata dungeons were back to the more challenging, long, tedious dungeons, and it had LFG, and so people were failing. Ding, 18, that's cool. You know, people were screwing up, and people were jerks at people who were screwing up, and you know, for a little bit, it really wasn't that fun, you know, but it got better because we figured out how to do dungeons, and eventually we didn't do dungeons, and if we did, it was like in time, so whatever, and like, I don't know, dungeons are weird now. I don't really feel like they're relevant. I hope that in the next expansion they become more relevant. I would rather do 5-man dungeons than Raid Finder any day of the week. And I think about that a lot, like now, like with when I'm leveling my alts, like, you know, like to get gear I have to do Raid Finder. I miss the days, and people are going to hate me for saying this, but I miss the days when I could earn points in dungeons and get my tier sets in dungeons. I know that's crazy, but like it was a lot fun, like it was a lot easier, you know, and I guess that's not always a good thing for it to be easier, but it just, like, I hate having to do, I'd rather do that than do freaking Raid Finder. I hate Raid Finder. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. And I'm kind of looking forward to the new system in Warlords. Speaking of which, is anybody else excited about the Warlords announcement? They announced the release date for the release date announcement. So, Thursday, tomorrow, which I guess you'll be seeing this, maybe, actually, you might be seeing this day of, depends on when I release it. But, you know, you're going to be seeing the release of the trailer, and in the next episode I will talk about what I think about it, of course, and we'll have that discussion happening. So I'm excited. I remember when they released the Mist one, that was like my favorite one because I love the Kung Fu. Because I used to take Kung Fu, actually, and so Mist of Pandaria was a cool expansion for me just because, you know, I recognized a lot of the stuff. Because I took Kung Fu for 5 years, so I love Kung Fu and I love martial arts, and that was pretty cool. But I'm excited to see the Orc, you know, the return to Draenor, or Outlands as we know it now, but what Outlands used to be, Draenor, and the Orcs, and some of the old names like Grom and all that stuff. Like, I'm really excited to see what happens with this expansion. You know, I think it's going to be sweet. I think that, you know, if they play their cards right and they do things, you know, well, I think that, you know, I think that things are going to be fun, and I don't really, like, a lot of people, like, freak out over this, like, oh my god, we lost 800,000 people, whatever, you know, I don't really care. I think that, you know, I think that, like, they did a good job of spreading things out at first, and now it's kind of like, whoa, we've been in siege now for a good while, and we were all kind of hoping maybe that we'd be into the next, you know, batch of content, I guess, but I don't know. I think we're going to be faced with an expansion pretty soon. I mean, definitely within. Think about it. Probably within the next 3 months, we'll be in Warlords. So, you know, if that doesn't get you excited about this, I don't know what will. So, you know, we're getting there. It's coming, and it's not too far off now. So, you know, that's pretty cool. I see some ore over there. I'm going to try to get it. I'm more excited about the ore than I am those quest objectives. But yeah. Dungeons are fun. I mean, like, not only are they great XP, but they're a great break in the action, you know. Like, when I level, I used to only quest, and then I used to only do dungeons, and now I do both. Like, it's just a good break in the action, you know, like, just do both. That's the best way to do things. I'll take that ore, thank you very much. Let's move on. And so far, even though we had someone leave, the cool thing about low-level dungeons is, like, I can tank. Like, even though I'm DPS, I can still, you know, I can tank. As long as I have a healer that's healing me, I'm fine. So, and when when I leveled up a Shadow Priest, it was really cool because, like, I've never healed. I've never, like, technically healed. I've never been the role of healer in anything ever. I'd like to, but I'm a little bit afraid of that idea because I can't see, obviously can't see well enough. So I'd have to watch, like, unit frames and then watch where I am. But when I did dungeons and I was like a Shadow Priest, I could still, like, switch over and do, like, quick heals if it was necessary. So, you know, and I liked it as a thing. So I don't know, maybe one day, maybe in the next expansion when gearing isn't such a big deal because like gear is going to switch for us, like maybe then I'll try healing. That might be cool, you know, with my friends and see how that goes, because you know, I got into tanking and I never thought I could do that, and that was a lot of fun. I actually raid tanked at the end of Wrath, and then at the beginning of Kata I raid tanked the first, what was it, Bastion of Twilight, and the other one, the Blackrock something, Blackrock Descent, or whichever Blackrock one it was, with Onyxia again. I tanked that for a little bit, not too far into it. I kind of got bored of it because I like the DPS. I prefer DPS. I like the lack of stress. It really wasn't so much the tanking that bothered me. That was easy. It was the leading the group. You know, like, and seeing trash, and like sometimes I'd miss pull. So that was more stressful for me than anything. Like, I remember when we did Old War, if anybody remembers the what was it, like the cold guy, Hodir, I think it was Hodir, and he had those that's a cool, I want to agree on that. But he had the stupid worms that would pop out if you like ran over him, and we'd run through there and I'd just pull everything, and it wasn't like because I thought I was uber, even though I could handle it. It stressed out my healers like crazy, but it was always an accident. So like I would freaking pull all those worms and the big giant dudes, and it was just like everyone's like, "Oh my God, Kephas, you suck." I'm like, "I know, I'm sorry." But yeah, that was cool. See, this is why I don't worry about leaves, because everybody, you know, trips over themselves trying to get them over there, and then I just come over here and I'm like, yeah, we got it. 4, and then one more, and we're done. 5. See that? Boom, we're good. While they take down the boss, for me, I want to pick my herbs, so haha. Okay, we're good. Let's kill this guy. Kill the big dude. Also, if you hear the music for my dungeons, if you might recognize what this music is, it just, I don't know why, it just seems so appropriate for dungeons, because I feel like I'm always sneaking in dungeons, and that's sneaky music. So, yeah, and I've had it be, it's been that music, my dungeon music's been the same, like, forever. I've never changed it. I just always liked it. Like, it just, keeps me calm. I don't like a lot of dungeon music in the game. Like, a lot of it's just very, I don't know, I don't like it. I've never really liked a lot of dungeon music. So, like, my dungeon music's always the same in every dungeon. And it's this theme right here that you're hearing. So, if you know what that's from, that's cool, because you're awesome if you do, like any song that I use. But, like, I don't know, it's just music that I've kept forever. It's just pretty cool. I'm blabbering tonight, like, hope you enjoy blabbering, because that's exactly what I'm doing. But you also get a chance to see how I work in a group, and really, there isn't much to it, because, like, especially at this phase, but, I mean, really any groups these days, there isn't a lot of talking anymore, which is fine. I mean, it's whatever. It is what it is. I'm not perfect. I probably should be attacking that one over there, but I see the healer icon, and I just naturally go for that. It just seems like the smart thing to do. And we killed it. And there's another one, and it's about to die, and it's cool. I remember back in the day when like group targeting was so key. Like, now it's just like, yeah, do whatever you want. Who cares? We'll kill them all. Whatever. So, yeah, I probably should like greed these things and then disenchant, because then I get the skill ups. But it's all good. I'll get the skill ups eventually, and plus it gives me more dust. So my thing is, like, when I disenchant, I'll disenchant for a while so that I can get all the skill ups I can from it, and then go from there. I kind of wish that disenchanting always gave you a skill up. It's kind of dumb that it doesn't, just because of how tedious disenchanting is, like, or enchanting. It's the most tedious profession to level up. It really, in my opinion, it needs an overhaul. Like, it's the next one that needs an overhaul, enchanting, big time. Like, they did an overhaul for blacksmithing and mining. I think disenchanting could use, or enchanting could use an overhaul for sure. Really, I think every profession could use an overhaul, because I hate professions with a passion. They suck. They're the worst things ever. And, you know, like, I don't know. I've never liked crafting. I just do it because it's gold, and, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just, like, it's good for making gold, and that's why I don't mind it too much, but, like, it's just, I don't know, it gets on my nerves. And I don't think there's any game where I like crafting. Like, I hate crafting in Skyrim. I think it's the dumbest thing ever in Skyrim. Like, craft the dragon bone armor and level up your character with freaking crafting. It's stupid. Do you want to spend your points in combat skills or in blacksmithing. Like, why would I do that? Like, that's the worst thing ever. That's like, that's just not even, like, related. Why would I level up from blacksmithing? Like, level up my actual character? Ugh, that irritates me. And it's so easy, like, the thing is, like, in Skyrim is, like, it's so easy to level up because you just, like, you just buy stuff and then sell it back, and you have, like, all these gems and all this ore, and then you wait a couple days, and you can just wait right there, and you can just do it, like, 2 seconds. It's really stupid. Like, it's terrible. Like, I've never found a game that's done crafting well. Like, except for Minecraft, and that's a completely different kind of crafting. But, like, that's the only one that does it well. Like, good thing the craft and Warcraft doesn't have to do with professions, because if it did, I'd be really feel really bad for these guys. Like, sorry, Blizzard. Whoever does crafting, I'm really sorry. You do the best you can. It's not the worst system in the world. It's just, it's not the best thing about the game, in my personal opinion. So, that's all I'm saying. I always feel bad. Like, whenever I complain about something harsh in the game, I feel bad for that developer who, like, put, like, a lot of time to make it as good as he could. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, man. I'm just saying. It's just my opinion is all. You know? Like, sorry, bro. Sorry, dude. But anyway, you know, what can you do? The thing is like, we're out leveling this content. So, oh, I jumped. I'm glad I jumped. Holy crap, I'm lucky that I just jumped. Because I almost fell down that hole. That would have sucked so bad. Like, seriously. Yeah, we're definitely going to finish. So we're going to have a straw poll up, and we'll deal with that at the end, but we're definitely going to have a straw poll up for you guys to decide where I go next. As always, I hope you are enjoying this. I hope you enjoy listening to me ramble and rant and rave and talk about my Warcraft escapades and all that stuff. It's good stuff. It's good times. This is like the worst dungeon I could have gotten, though. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping for like Shadowfang or frickin', you know, even Ragefire or, you know, whatever. But, you know, we got this. I probably won't do dungeons too often just because, like, there are so many that I don't like. It just depends on what stage of the game that we're in. Like, I always do, like when I get into the 40s and 50s, I hate the dungeons there. Like, there's always, like, Blackrock. Well, Blackrock isn't bad, but it's like I don't know, it's like right before that. Like, there are some that just, if you get them, it sucks. Like Razorfin Crawl, I hate that dungeon so much. It sucks. People get lost. It's whatever, like, or what's the one, the water one with the Naga, the Blackwing? No, Black, I forget. A stupid one out in the Ashenvale. Ugh. Anyways, that one sucks because everybody always freaking gets lost. We want those. Give me them things. Can we go and kill this guy? We're just gonna stand here? Okay, cool. But yeah, that one's terrible. I forget. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. But yeah, that one's the worst one ever. Like, so I'm pretty picky about which dungeons I do. I'm not gonna lie about it. I see some ore somewhere. Kill this boss first. What's my last? Oh, we did all the. Oh, cool! Look at that. All the quests are done. That's cool. How much XP did we get per quest? I'm not even like paying attention to the fight. Look at that. Look at all that XP. It's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Disenchanting blue is kind of dumb at this point because it's all useless, but hey, it's all good. So we're almost done. All we gotta do now is like talk to the dude, run to the end. It's pretty dumb, but hey. So we're gonna go back, turn these quests, and then we're gonna go to the end and finish this up. So since I'm gonna be running for like 20 minutes, I'll be right back. Well, we made it through that mess. You know the thing that really bugs me about the end of this whole dungeon here, besides having to run all the way back to talk to this guy and running all the way back here, is that you don't get a quest for it. So you literally do this just to finish the dungeon and get the dungeon bonus, which is really lame in my opinion, because like why even is it like that? Can't even disenchant that thing. But like, at least give it like one time, give us a quest, you know, like for this. Help the dude, do whatever the heck this guy's doing in the Wailing Cavern, something to do with like bringing the barons back to being less barren or whatever, or something, I don't know. Yeah, that's my rant about this whole dungeon. It's not the fact that it's freaking long and people get lost in this stupid flower picking quest. It's the fact that this idiot doesn't give you a quest at the end. It's lame. Really, like it's the lame. Like, what's this guy's name? Because he's an idiot. Yeah, Muyoh. Muyoh is an idiot. That's all I'm saying. Like, Muyoh is the biggest jerk ever for not giving us a quest. That's my thoughts on that. That's what I think of Wailing Caverns. It sucks because of him. This guy right here is why this dungeon sucks so much. So thanks a lot, dude. Thanks a lot. Now where's that Murloc at? We gotta kill. Because I'm gonna tear his head off, and there he is. Let's end this nonsense. Oh, sorry, Paladin. I know you were probably planning to pull that guy, but I had to charge in like a fool because I'm a warrior. And I'm kind of a jerk. But hey, it's all good. We're about to finish this nonsense. Is that the end? Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Already halfway through the level. We're definitely going to finish up the dungeon, or not the dungeon. I mean, yes, the dungeon, but we're also going to. What did we get? We got a cape, which is useless. That's cool. Thanks, guys. We're done with that dungeon. We're going to go back to the main world and go back to questing, and we will definitely, probably, more than likely, level up before it's all said and done with. So, yeah. Did you think that was going to happen today? Because I did not. But we're gonna drag it out a little bit. We're gonna just run this one to the end. Gotta kill one more dude, and then we're gonna move on. So we're already at 58%. I'm actually out leveling this. Uh-oh. Actually, we have a problem. We are in the gray area for these quests. Do they even give me XP? Yes, they do. Will they give me enough XP to level up? I don't know. But that's hilarious. I didn't even think about that. I'm actually out leveling the content here. That's interesting. So, yeah, we're going to finish up. We're going to make sure we hit level 20, and then we're going to move on to the next zone. So, actually, rather than fooling around with this, I will definitely be level 20, which means that you will get a chance to vote on where we go next. So, let's see. Where is that going to be? We have Hillsbrad, Foothills, I know for sure. So do we want to go to Hillsbrad and Foothills? Yes, Hillsbrad. I think the other areas are Alliance territories down here. So Hillsbrad, or we're getting less options here. Do we want to go to Hillsbrad or do we want to go to Ashenvale? Those are our two choices. So you can vote on whether or not I go to Hillsbrad of the Eastern Kingdoms or Ashenvale of Kalimdor. So go ahead and vote. There will be a straw poll in the description, just like before. Vote, vote, vote. Let me know where you want me to go, and I will go where the majority, where the democracy leads me. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Comment, rate, give me feedback. Let me know what you think. Share it with your friends, and let's keep this journey going. So thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. This is Kephas. Until next time.